Are you winning the battle for relevance in the banking and financial services space? And if you weren't, would you even know? Because the reality is, most businesses and brands are actually a long way down the path toward becoming irrelevant before they have any clue. And often by the time they realize it, it can be almost too late. I mean, you look, for instance, at Kodak, at HMV Music, even BlackBerry. I mean, BlackBerry are a good example of this. In the space of 3 years, BlackBerry went from having 43% market share in the US to just 5.2% market share. That is how quickly a brand can go from hot to not. How quickly you can lose the battle for relevance. And if you look at the banking and financial services space right now, there is a perfect storm of social, technological, demographic shifts, which mean the future of this industry is going to be very different to the past. Business as usual simply won't cut it in the years ahead. And so the challenge for leaders and brands and organizations in the banking and financial services game is, how do you reinvent yourself as times change in order to stay ahead of the curve, but also ahead of the competition? I've spent really the last 9 years tracking some of the dominant trends affecting business and society. And what I look to do in this presentation, called Winning the Battle for Relevance, is actually draw on that experience to give audience members some powerful insights into the key trends that are going to change what you do every single day in this sector as a banking financial services provider. But this session isn't just focused on trends and changes. And we'll talk about a number of them. Trends like new technologies coming through, particularly smartphone and tablet technologies, but also new generations of consumers who are coming through, who are buying different things in different ways for different reasons. We also touch on the impact of legislative changes and how they are shifting, how they're going to affect what you do every single day. But this session is more than just looking at trends. It's looking at how do you navigate those shifts in order to emerge from this time of disruption and upheaval stronger and more relevant than ever, because plenty of brands have done just that. And you think, for instance, of IBM in the 90s, or you think of Harley Davidson, or even you look at Lego. Lego is the perfect example of a brand that over its 80-year history has constantly reinvented itself in order to stay current and relevant. I mean, they've gone from making plastic blocks and play sets to embracing online gaming technology and even smartphone apps. I mean, what can we learn from brands like Lego? And what I look to do in this presentation is draw on examples, case studies, best practice from around the globe of banking and financial services providers who are doing exactly what Lego did, who are reinventing themselves as times change and are seeing phenomenal results. And that's my goal. My goal is that someone would leave this presentation and audience members walk out with a clear action plan for riding the waves of change in the years to come. Because, as Charles Darwin said, it is not the strongest that survive, nor is it the most intelligent. He said it is those who are most responsive to change. And the reality is, this is a profound truth. Whether you're an organism or an organization, you face a decision right now in this period of change. Will you evolve, or will you face extinction? Now, I don't know about you, but I think the first option is a far smarter one.